Not this.
I just made it to the bathroom and back in 32 seconds. I'm proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, or fourth wall break, just real quick. While this intro music was playing, Logan just like ran off. My face is showing up and you're still not here.
I like looked up because I ran to the bathroom and I was like, oh, it's me. Cool, I've got time. I ran back. Oh boy. Anyway, welcome to the cup.
Bienvenue à l'étas.
Yes.
Et aujourd'hui, nous sommes parler des chansons pour le national.
La France! I can't do the whole thing in French or else I would.
I tried my best.
Love it. Yes, welcome to the cup.
It's been no. It's been 6 years since I was in a French class. So
good, love it. But yes, we are the Currently Unnamed Podcast where the tea is piping hot. We're always ready to spill in French sometimes. I'm Logan Murphy, just a gay, and we're out of any other liquids, so it's water today.
Je m'appelle Sam de Monteverde. Aussi Sam DMV. Aussi Anissa Long. Your fellow friendly, non-binary Filipino Canadian physically sick, hot mess hailing all the way from Toronto. Drinking a peppermint mocha latte, which has now gone cold because Canada will cool your drinks in 15 minutes.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
Honestly, we could switch like locations and I think it would be better for both of us, honestly. Because you like the heat and I like the cold. So like I'll move to Toronto, you can move to Tucson. It's all good.
Only thing is it's housing is very expensive. You're gonna need to you're gonna need a roommate.
I mean, that's fine. I'll just move in. We'll just move into each other's places, honestly. You move in here with my roommate. He's pretty chill. I'll move in with Migs and your mom. It's fine.
Perfect. Yeah.
Anyway, we are here to talk about les chansons de la France. That I can do. In my horrible accent. Don't judge me. Yes, the songs of C'est Vous Qui Decidez. Qui décide? Words.
Yes. Which means it is you who decides.
It feels like Big Brother. I'm like, who wins? You decide. Oh, yeah. Big Brother.
Actually, that's a literal translation. It is you who decides.
Work. Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be you decide.
Yeah, the literal translation is it's you that decides.
Yeah.
So, anyway, France is deciding the next representative of that auto-qualifying spot in Torino 2022.
Sorry,
and
I still can't get the past. Just thinking about it now. To have your national selection just be called You Decide.
I love it, honestly. I mean, we'll talk about Australia may or may not be out. Our Australia review may or may not be out by the time this goes out. I don't know what order we're doing them in. Australia's is literally Australia decides. And I kind of love that.
I'm into that.
It's better than the Heart of Europe beats here. We choose hits for Eurovision, honestly. It's better than that. So, but yes, we've got 12 songs chosen by the French broadcaster. We're going to be diving into all of them. I do want to talk about the format because it is a more interesting format. So there are 12 songs and there's only one show, which is joins a bunch of other shows on March 5th. There's like 4 or 5 of them. The interesting thing about the French selection is that there are 2 rounds. So the first round, 5 songs chosen by televote will automatically qualify for the second round. And then the jury will have the opportunity to give one artist a Euro ticket, their words, not mine, for the second round. And then in the second round, the 6 remaining songs will compete, and the winner will be decided by a 50-50 jury and televote split. I think this might be my favorite format because it starts with the televote. So it starts with what the public wants 83% 3% of it, at least, is like what the public wants.
No,
and
I
do
get that too.
Yeah. And then I do appreciate the 50-50 split, because you do have to keep in mind the, jury overall. I just feel bad for whoever wins, because they have to live up to the icon, legend, and star that is Barbara Pravi. Now, we talk about a lot of people on this channel. We talk about our love for Ronella Hayati. We talk about our love for Monica Liu. However, we both have a slight obsession, I'm going to say, with Barbara Pravi.
Absolutely.
She is my icon. She is my goddess. She is the mother I never had, the sister I always wanted, in the abbreviated words of Oprah. I don't remember. Was Voila your winner last year?
It wasn't, but I did love the song.
Who was your winner?
It was Italy.
You did pick Måneskin. I did pick I picked Leslie Roy, let's be honest, but when the final happened,
yes, when the final happened, you did.
I had picked Voila. Voila was my winner pick. But who cares, because she wrote the JESC winning song for 2020, so she's a winner regardless. She got second,
and then she performed at Junior Eurovision.
So, breaking the fourth wall again. We'll talk about France in a second. But I watched the Maltese final today, and when I turned it on, to my chagrin, Ike and Kaya from JESC 2021 were performing, and I was like, oh, good. I had finally put that song out of my memory, and now it's back.
I mean, it's better than the rest of the songs, most of the songs that were there, I think.
Ike and Kaya? That's my home.
I know.
Oh, I didn't like that song at all.
I know.
Yeah, we did talk about it. Go check out our junior review, where we talk shit about children.
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie? Hello? But no.
Also, we did highly stand Sarah James and Olena Usenko.
Olena Usenko. She confirmed the other day on Instagram story that she would absolutely compete in adult Eurovision, and it makes me very happy. So.
Oh yeah, no, I saw like a pre-interview, like a post show like reaction from all the kids, and Olena Usenko was like, oh yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm very happy for Elena, and now it's just time for me to prepare for adult Eurovision.
Eurovision 2025, please.
Please.
Or earlier if you would like. I don't mind. Anyway, La France. La France. Yes, we got 12 songs in the French national selection. Shall we dive in, Sam?
Allons-y.
Fabulous. First up is going to be the only entry actually not in French. This is Alvan and Ahez. The song is Fulenn, which is the entire song is actually in the Breton language, which is a derivation of the Celtic language that is only spoken in the region of Brittany in northern France.
Oh.
So this is like this is a deep cut. Like,
yeah, because it's like we have songs like thing like Kolosh Orchestra, or sorry, that's not a good example. There was it's not coming to me.
Oh, but, I think I remember which one you're talking about. The one that I think so.
Okay.
The one that was in like a different dialect of the language.
Mm-hmm.
But well, I went to No War from Croatia because that was a different dialect.
Right.
Yeah.
But like no, because it's like with France, it's like you go into like a whole older language that derives back to the history of like France.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that is probably like France.
France. Yeah. For me, I love that they took this like minor dialect and put it to an EDM beat. Like shouldn't work. It really should not.
It's very much like Shum.
It feels honestly a little bit more, I would say, Solove than Shum personally, but the Go Away vibe is I would
The Go Away vibe is there, and I love it.
Yes. I literally wrote, I'm not sure what this was, but I'm very much so on board.
Yeah, no, I said it was, yeah, and it had me very intrigued all the way from the start. And I said, like, oh, it almost gave like Eastern European, similar to like kind of like the Go Away vibe. Yes. I really enjoyed their unison.
Yes. I think they sounded best in unison.
They sounded best in unison, and it just sounded like a great time overall.
Oh, you're thinking of Terra.
I mean that too. No, but there was another one that came to mind first.
I just thought of Terra because it's like it combined like 5 different dialects, so in a very similar, different way. Yeah.
But like, oh no, I think Terra is like a very good comparison to this, though.
As far as like linguistically, we're not talking about the song itself, but like linguistically.
Oh, but no, I mean the song itself, because you kind of got like EDM vibes there.
Sure.
Along with like, the traditional.
Yeah, I really, really like this. The title itself translates to spark. I wasn't able to translate the lyrics, unfortunately, because it wasn't available in Google Translate. So if anyone has a translation of this song,
I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere else on a
probably. I just didn't look long enough, if I'm being really honest with you.
That's fair.
But if anyone has a translation of this song, leave it in the comments, because I would love to know what it's saying, because at least like Sam is Canadian, so they know French. I am learning French.
So I know
French.
No, I'm not as fluent as I should be.
Sure. No, totally. I'm actually considering adding another major in French, because
honestly, go for it.
I love the language.
It's not that hard to pick up on, actually.
Not at all. No. Anyway, we're not talking about my education. We're talking about La Chanson de la France. And moving along, next is Cyprien Zeni. The song is Ma Famille. This was so refreshing.
Yeah, another like solid entry.
It's not up there for me, and I'll tell you why. While I love and appreciate the African or Caribbean, I'm genuinely not sure what the vibes were exactly, and someone please educate me, because I would love to be educated on like the background of this, and I didn't have enough time to do research behind it, so I'm so sorry if I sound like an ignorant American, because I will. Whatever the influence was of his heritage, I loved it. I loved every part of it. My issue is that I just wanted a bit more punch in his vocals.
And he's a great singer too, but I will agree with that critique.
Because I don't know what you listened to, but I watched actually the song announcement performance. So I actually listened to all of these live.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah.
Because you did the studio, right?
All of them except for one, I did the studio.
Got it. Yeah, but like it's really good. Like there was the big note at the end of the performance, which I thought was really, really good. At least I had a big high note at the end. But I did write that he feels almost as though he's at 85 the whole time.
That I do get
and
that.
I wanted a bit of more fluctuation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, nonetheless, I thought 85 was good.
Absolutely. I think it's a great performance. It's a song that I found myself like stuck in my head since I've listened to it.
Yeah, no, my favorite part is the chanting that in the chorus.
Yes. Absolutely. But yeah, this is really good.
It's really good.
Yes. Moving along, next up is Elia. The song is Téléphone, which translates to telephone, in case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know.
This is cool.
There's a but.
I don't understand the hype. I'm going to be really honest. This is, I believe, the odds favorite right now. And I kind of don't understand it. Or it's up there. I don't think it's number 1, but I'm gonna look it up now. It's up there.
So
It's third currently.
Ooh.
And I don't like, it's a perfectly acceptable song.
That's what I'm feeling about this too. It's not my favorite. It's not really up there for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the vibe. I think she has a decent voice. I just think there could be more added to the song, and I think adding a bit more like funk and less of the EDM part would be great.
The live vocal was very good as well. I will say she had one of the better live vocals. She had a great energy on stage as well. She was really selling it to me, and I was on board with that. I did write, I wish there wasn't so much negative space at the end, towards the end of the song.
Yeah.
Because it's very much so like,
just the
ma generation, telephone. And I was like, you could have added some more, at least like every other line is a little different. You know what I mean? Like, not everything has to be ma generation, something, telephone. Like,
yeah.
I love the social commentary part of this as well. Like how our generation is addicted to our phones, which is very true. But it's not my favorite.
It's not my favorite either. I did make a comparison that with her voice saying that it very much gave me like Halsey meets Ariana Grande.
It was a lot more Halsey, I would say, in the live performance. But she also has this really cool thing with her tone.
Yeah.
She like goes sharp in moments that aren't sharp, but I really like if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah. But it's like good.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. Sure.
Yeah.
Totally. Moving on, next up is Elliott. The song is La Tempête, or The Storm, for people that don't know French.
Yes.
You like this a lot more than I do, I can tell.
I really loved it. I thought you would like it too.
It's fine.
Okay. No, that's perfectly fair. So I think he has a great voice. I love the music. I said it's very like it screamed Eurovision to me, like modern day Eurovision.
Yes.
I'm very into the key changes like that happen from the verses to the chorus. I think it's a great transition. I personally was captivated by it.
Sure.
It gave very much the same energy of like Titanium, the version that was performed in Rotterdam.
Sure.
Specifically.
Yeah, because we don't support that artist anymore. At least I don't, but
I don't either.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page.
But I support the act that was there.
Absolutely couldn't agree more.
Singing that song.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, okay, so for me, I understand everything you said, and I will agree. For me, the live vocal was a little weak.
Okay.
I wanted the song to grow more, and I wrote like grow almost like a storm, which is like a very bad pun. But like it grew towards the end, but it felt like he, like at least in the live performance from my perspective, for me, he started at like 60, and then by the first chorus he got to like 70, and then by the time he ended the song he was at like 88. Like it felt like he didn't go all out, which I understand because the version that I saw was like an audition sort of situation.
Oh.
And so they had all of the people, they recorded all of them obviously, and then released the ones that, you know, qualified from the broadcaster. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. He performed this as well, just him and the piano. And I think he relied a little bit too much on the piano for me. He never really got up away from the piano.
Okay.
And so thus it almost like physically limited him from interacting with the audience in a way. Yeah. Because I don't mind a live piano or a live keyboard or whatever, or live instruments in general. It's just like step away from the instrument at one point. Even if you go back to the instrument, just step away from it for a second.
Yeah.
Do your little thing. Come back to the instrument if you want to.
Yeah, or even if you're gonna, if you plan on staying staying there, like sitting there, at least kind of like, I think of like Duncan Lawrence,
Yes.
where he kind of has the arms out at one point
Yes.
and all that, and I'm like, that's like great.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Make yourself look bigger than the instrument you're playing.
Yes.
Is kind of like the big thing. With a
Yeah.
piano, it is hard, but Duncan Lawrence does it very, very well in a way that Elliott, I don't think, was as successful as I wanted him to be.
Fair.
So, all right. But I think it's a perfectly acceptable song from the performance that I saw, but I understand why you were drawn in.
Yes. Then again, I did not see the live performances except for one.
Good. All right, we move along to Hélène in Paris. The song is Paris mon amour.
I have a similar. I don't know how the live performance was.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, listening to the studio version, I fucking loved it.
Sam, I am obsessed with this woman. I want to be this woman. I want to live the lives that this woman has lived. I am obsessed with her in a way that I don't think I've been obsessed with really any other artist in this national selection. She is so captivating on stage, and she isn't doing much, but every movement is just so engaging. She's adorably lovely. Like, what did I write? She's absolutely fabulous. This is exactly what I think when I think of like French cafe music. I think of this song and songs like it, and like, oh, like her personality was conveyed through this performance. I'm obsessed. I don't think she stands a shot at winning, and I want to see her under that waterfall in Torino. I want to see it.
I really want to see it too. No, I would not be mad at all of this one. I love this song so much.
I'm so happy because I thought I was going to be standing alone in that opinion.
I was going to be standing alone.
Absolutely not. I love this. Okay.
Yeah, I wrote the most for this song, actually.
Same.
And it's like all positive stuff. I'm like, I love the middle-age representation. I love the vintage vibes. I know the mysterious aspect of it, especially in the beginning, with the xylophone.
Yes.
The instrumentation was very well done. It gives like classic like Friends, classic
like
music.
Like if I had to pick a song that describes France, it would either be this or Voila. Like, honestly.
Right. Like the background vocals were there for me too. All the key changes were well done. It just sounded like a great time overall. I said it could be more dynamic, but like with a vibe like this, I really didn't mind it.
No, and like the song doesn't lend itself to like doing too much with the performance. Honestly, like she was doing very little other than standing in this beautiful pink like short skirt with just the biggest sleeves you've ever seen.
Okay.
Like if you have not listened to the live performance of this or watched it, please do, because she is a good time. She is just, honestly, it seems like she's just happy to be there. And I saw this name and I was like, I swear to God, if this is some young girl trying to be Emily in Paris, but her name is Hélène, I was like, I was gonna scream. But no, I am truly obsessed with this woman.
Oh, she's stunning.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
Right? Gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, amazing.
No, she has that state. She has the je ne sais quoi. She has that stage presence.
You can like, as the performance is going, she adds these little ad libs in that are just like so perfectly amazing. This is a masterpiece for me.
Very seasoned. She's a very seasoned performer.
I don't care what anybody else thinks about this song. This is going to be one of my favorites of the season.
This is also one of my favorites.
I was thinking the other day on a side note that we should, once everything dies down, and we have our 41, maybe 40, I don't know, songs, we should do like a list of our like favorite non-qualifiers. Because I don't think this stands a shot in hell at winning, but this will probably be in my top 10 non-qualifiers of the year.
Right.
To be honest. But yes, I'm obsessed with this woman. I hope she does well. But yes, I wish her nothing but the best.
Please.
Truly nothing but the best.
Please.
So. Unfortunately, we can't talk about Hélène and Paris all day. We must talk about Joan. Just Joan. Which I found really funny for some reason. I was like, Joan. And then I tried looking up her last name because Eurovision World sometimes has... Shout out to Eurovision World again. Love you guys. But sometimes they'll have, like, in the artist description at the towards the bottom of the page, it'll say the artist's last name because it does with a lot of these especially. No, it's just Joan.
It's just Joan.
Just Joan. Kind of like just Jan, but just Joan.
Yeah.
The song is Madame. And unfortunately, I couldn't help but compare this song to both Les Mis and Barbara Pravi.
I totally get that, actually, because I did say it was very dramatic.
I also wrote, I would not be surprised if she was a musical theater actress, because that's what I got from this performance.
Yeah, and the song, listening to the studio recording very much gave me that too.
It's good though. Those aren't solid. Negative qualifiers for me, because I really like it. Yeah.
I really like it too. The music's well done. And I think, like, if she is like a theater performer kind of thing, I think it definitely shows in the song, because like the way that she was able to like change that mood kind of from the verse to the chorus.
Yes.
Specifically, I thought it was very well done.
And the theatricality translated on stage as well. She was very emotive. That's where I really got the, like, she has to have like a BFA in musical theater or something, or like the French equivalent. Like she has to be a musical theater person, because it just wouldn't make sense otherwise if she didn't have that experience. Maybe not a degree, but like at least experience in musical theater. No, I thought this was incredibly solid. Unfortunately, it just reminded me too much of Barbara, to where I was like, are you just trying to capitalize on the fact that she was the runner-up last year? But nevertheless, I think this is an incredibly good song. I added it to my playlist immediately because it's good.
Yeah, no, I really loved it.
Yes. We go from Joan to Joanna. And the song is Navigateur. I really like this song. And I figured I would be in the minority.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I really didn't like it.
That's completely fair.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, I should really say.
And it is my cup of tea. So that's I absolutely get it.
I think she's a decent singer. I think she has a pretty good voice. I think it was, for me, what threw it off was I thought there was a bit too much autotune for my liking. And given that
got it.
I don't know how she was live, so
great live, I will say. Like it.
Okay.
So for me, she was the other one. There were 3 artists in this selection or 4, I will say. 4 artists in this selection specifically that drew me in and kept me engaged through the whole song. One was Cyprien Zeni, one was Hélène and Paris, one was Joanna, and there's another one we'll talk about in a bit.
Okay.
No, I wrote it very much gave me the same sort of captivating vibes as Monica Liu does. Because Monica doesn't do a whole lot in her performance of Sentimente, but she like draws you in, she keeps you engaged in what she's saying. Even if you don't understand what she's saying, you understand it. And I felt very much so the same way with Joanna in the live performances.
Would you say the performance is better than the recording?
I haven't listened to the recording. I'll be very honest.
Oh, okay.
I only watched I haven't added this to my playlist yet. And if I did it, I haven't shuffled and ended up on the song yet. I will give you my thoughts after I listen to the studio version.
Yeah. So, but judging by your critique, I'm gonna take your word for it. Or actually, no, I'll watch it afterwards. Sorry. Yeah. That the live performance is probably better than the studio recording, because I wasn't a fan of the studio recording.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see then, because I thought she has an incredible tone. It gave me like Siren Song a little bit, if you remember that entry from 2019 from Ukraine.
Oh wow.
The
Okay.
one that got disqualified. Yeah, that it gives me kind of siren song a little bit.
Yeah. I gave a weird critique for this as well,
Hmm.
based on the recording. I said that I can imagine this being sounding better in like Japanese.
Oh.
Which I kind of also noticed. I kind of got a similar vibe to like a few other songs in the selection that are kind of in a similar wheelhouse as Navigateur.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that. I could see that. There were a few that, like, honestly, because I believe that in the French selection you have to be majority in French. I almost think this song would sound better in English.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the translation would be necessarily because I didn't do it. But I almost wonder how it would sound in English. Anyway, yeah, I'm a big fan of this song just from the live performance, but I'm actually really interested to listen to the studio now.
I'm interested in the live performance now.
Right. All right. Moving along. Next up is Julia. Just Julia.
Ooh,
The song is Chut or Shu.
I think it's Shu.
Shu. It's shh.
Ah.
It immediately, I went to, and I'm a Drag Race super fan, so I went to immediately to Blair St. Clair's shh. That's immediately where I went. I'm not a huge fan of this song.
Um, I like it. I don't love it. It's not my bottom. It's not my like bottom pick, but it's not like up there for me either.
So I thought the music was cool. It's different. The music was like keeping me engaged. Her performance felt very lax.
That's fair. No,
And
actually, I got that. So this is the one song that I saw the live performance of because
okay.
there wasn't a studio recording out.
Then so it felt like she was like it almost felt like she was just going through the motions.
Yeah, I kind of did get that because it was just like, oh, all of a sudden she is talking, and then all of a
Right?
sudden she adds this laugh in, which I kind of wasn't opposed to because
I didn't mind that.
I didn't mind the laugh or the talking because I'm like, oh, we get a bit of that personality,
Sure.
despite not understanding exactly what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's not she doesn't have the strongest voice, but I like it. I just don't think it showcases her voice enough.
No.
Because it leaves me wondering what else she can do as a singer.
I would love to see what her back catalog looks like because I feel like this also may not necessarily be a song that goes along with the genre of her discography. For some reason, I just kind of get that vibe that like maybe the song, I don't know. I actually want to see if she wrote it or co-wrote it at the very least. I'm kind of curious because if she wrote this, then I'm not super sure. It looks like she did co-write it. I don't know. It's like whatever for me.
That's perfectly fair. Yeah, no, it's there for me.
It is a song in this national selection, so
yeah,
cool.
It's perfectly safe.
Very that. We move along to Marius. The song is Les Chansons d'Amour,
which literally translates to the love songs.
And
I did get love song.
That's about all I got.
I don't know how to feel. So I didn't write much about this song. I don't know how to feel about the way he started. I think he has a decent voice. I like his voice. It gave me very rom-com.
He can sing.
He definitely can sing. I'm into the vibe, and I said that it seemed very sentimental, emotional, kind of close to the heart.
He did write. He did. I think he was the only writer on this song, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually, you know what? Congratulations. Welcome to the part of the show where I give out my award for perfectly inoffensive. So
I'd probably have to do the same, honestly.
Oh, Well, congratulations
Yeah,
on your 2 awards on being perfectly inoffensive.
Because all I wrote was a step and a half above beautifully boring, which would put it at perfectly inoffensive. Eventually, I'll do like the ladder of like my critiques and like what's higher than what eventually. Yeah, it's like perfectly fine. He ramps up a little bit more towards the end of the live performance, but like it's just that French sort of like blasé that I don't love.
Blasé.
Like just like bleh.
Oh.
Or like flazé da, if you will.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry, flazé da really helps.
Flazé da really helps, honestly. The people, if you know, you know, honestly.
You know. And I know, so.
We got 3 more to do. Next up is Pauline Chagne. The song is Nuit, Pauline.
Pauline Night?
Night, Pauline. The lyric is like La Nuit, Pauline, so it's like the night, Pauline. All I want to say, because I know you didn't watch the live performance, now that I know which live performance you did watch, there was 80s inspired harp playing. She is a harpist. There was a small harp on the stage, on her body, the whole time, and that's really the only thing I like about the performance.
Oh! Okay, so I kind of was... So I feel like this gave like very acquired taste listening to the recording.
Yes.
And I kind of was on board with it.
Okay.
I like it. It's not something I would champion on for, but I'm like, you know, it's there for me. Like it's not there. It's there.
I mean, there is a lyric. One of the lines in the song is just vodka diva. So like,
vodka.
Vodka. Where is my vodka? Vodka. So like honestly, I think I gave her a point for that. I'm gonna be really honest. I don't remember where I put it in my ranking. But like it's too repetitive. There's a lot of harp playing, which again, I loved the live harp playing. Yeah. There's probably a name for it, the smaller version of a harp, and I just don't know it, and I'm so sorry. It's not a lyre though, I don't think.
Oh.
It literally looked like a smaller harp that you like could like, there was like a strap. She had it like on the front of her body the whole time. Looking through the lyrics, it's like una do con assassine. Like it feels like this is like a superhero song. I'm not really sure what's happening,
well, but I will say it does stand out to me as I personally found it like very different than the rest of them.
I will agree.
But which I'm not opposed to, but
it's not my thing.
Yeah. I'm into so going through the rest of my notes, I love the harp as well. There probably wasn't as much in the recording as there was in the live. Because I'm
like as far as like lyrics are concerned, or
no, as far as music is concerned.
Yeah, there's probably a bit more.
There's definitely. I feel like there definitely is a bit more. There definitely is more harp in the live than the recording, because in the recording there's also this kind of like synth that like synthesizer kind of thing that comes in and it adds this like haunting element to it.
There's a little bit of that.
Okay, so and then by the second bridge, actually the second bridge is probably like my favorite part of it.
I don't know. It feels like a song that's just like not. It's saying words without meaning.
That's fair.
It's kind of just the vibe I got. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's whatever.
Okay.
Next up, we have Saam. I think it's either Sam or Saam. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. The song is Elliott. Now, this is the artist that I said reminded me of Enzo from Junior Eurovision 2021.
There it is. Because,
honestly, this man is Enzo 15 years from now.
No, it's definitely the same energy, but not as good as Enzo, in my opinion.
Oh, I completely disagree. I love this song.
Really?
I honestly think it's because I watched the live. Because
Oh,
in
okay.
the live, I would not be surprised if this man also has something to do with musical theater. Because the theatricality of this performance was incredible. He was showing all of the emotions in his face. Even if you don't know French, you're gonna understand what he's saying through the way that he performs this song.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I wasn't a big fan of the recording, but I'm gonna have to watch the live to kind of compare.
it's so good.
Yeah. Because listening to the live, or not, sorry, listening to the recording, so it's at the very beginning you hear this like static noise,
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of liked.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was just, I felt like it could be like the mixing of the recording, but like I didn't think he was the right singer for the song.
Oh, okay.
And then getting the accelerando
Mm-hmm.
at the end where it starts to get faster, like I ended up like putting voila because
Oh
voila.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's so interesting. I'm gonna have to go listen to the recording. This is another one that I'm gonna have to, because for me, this is a song that you need to hear live and not recorded.
Okay.
Because there was just such a storytelling element to the way that he performed this. And he really took advantage. The stage for these performances was not huge, but he really took advantage of a lot of the space and made the performance bigger through that use of space.
That's good.
So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this song. Like I'm a big fan.
Okay.
So, we've got one more to do. This is SOA. The song is Seule.
Last but definitely not least.
Absolutely not least, because this is great.
Yeah, it's a solid entry.
I think as well, this is probably another one that sounds a lot better live than it does in the studio.
And I thought the studio was pretty good.
Good, okay. They sound amazing together. I wrote,
and they also hold their own individually too.
absolutely. I finally was able to write, this has enough dynamics for me. And
Yes.
I was like, finally, we have an entry that I don't have to say doesn't have enough dynamism, because thank the Lord above, SOA decided to give me exactly what I wanted.
Yep. I'm into the vibe. I like how in the recording and it probably is the same in the live too, but like I love how the first thing you hear is them harmonizing.
Yes.
And then you get to hear them on their own, and they sound great together and individually. I love the fast rapping part kind of thing.
It was so fast, and yet I loved every moment of it.
Yes. My only critique mainly in so I definitely do think this would be better live, and I'm glad that, judging by your critique, I assume it is better live, because the one critique I put on here is that I wish there was less auto-tune.
And there was not that issue whatsoever.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. This is actually the odds favorite by a landslide at this point. And I can see why. I would not be opposed to this at all. I think they sound great. We will just have to see. I'm really curious to see how this selection turns out. Because I think it could go in so many different directions, and I think France will get another good result. I don't necessarily know if any of these songs will live up to runner-up status, but nevertheless, I think it'll be another good year for France at Eurovision. So we have some points, Sam.
Yeah, sorry, I'm making some last-minute changes.
You are good. Well, while Sam is doing that, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, share with all your friends, share with your French friends, share with your French Canadian friends, share with friends that are not French or French Canadian. Share it with everybody.
I'm ready.
Fabulous. I guess I'll start because I wasn't as nice as Sam is. So there are 12 songs in this selection, and I only have one honorable mention because there's a song that I don't think deserved my honorable mention slot. And so my honorable mention is Julia with Chut.
Okay. And because I'm nice, I decided to put the two songs that did not get points into my honorable mentions. So with that being said, my honorable mentions are Elliott and Navigateur.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. I can already tell.
Then again, you watched mainly the lives, and I listened to mainly the recordings.
I think it's gonna be very evident in the way we distribute this.
Yes.
All right. 1 point for me today is gonna go to Nuit, Pauline.
That's perfectly fair. My 1 point goes to Téléphone.
Sure. Yep. I've got 2 points going to La Tempête.
You know what? That's fair. Obviously, I like this a lot more than you do.
Yes.
My 2 points go to Chut.
Sure. Lovely.
Sure.
Wonderful. I've got 3 points today going to Elia Téléphone.
Okay, yeah. And my 3 points go to Nuit, Pauline.
Sure. 4 points, and I'm honestly really sad that this song fell this far down on my list, but I have to give 4 to Ma Famille. I know. Whoa. I'm upset at myself.
Wow.
I know.
So the lives might play like a huge factor. Okay. Yeah. Noted. I'm not gonna change my rankings. Sure. But my 4 points go to Les Chansons d'amour.
The only 4 points he's receiving, so good for him. 5 points from me are gonna go to Joan and Madame. Thank God there's one.
This is the one. This is probably going to be the only time we're going to
I think it's the only one. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear it. So, at least we agree on one. That's all that matters.
Yes.
All right. 6 points from me are going to go to Fulenn.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm glad it's in your like top 5.
So. Oh, absolutely. I was like, I have to put this in my top 5. I have to.
So my 5th place spot, aka my 6-point spot, goes to Elliott with La Tempête.
And you like that a lot more than I do, so it makes sense.
Yes.
7 points, and it's truly a testament to the live performances. It's gonna go to Navigateur.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I'm gonna need to listen to that live performance along with Elia. So my 7 points, and I hate that it's done. I think it deserves more because really, for me, my top 4 are like very interchangeable. Because
I know where you're going.
Strong top 4. So my 7 points go to Chut.
Oh, that is not what I thought it was going to be. Wow. Okay. No, that's completely fair. Completely fair. I am going to very happily give 8 points to Paris, mon amour.
Oh!
Very happily 8 points.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. So my 8 points actually go to Fulenn.
Oh, I love your top 2. I just figured out who it is. I love your top 2.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. So my runner-up tonight, 10 points, is going to go to Seule.
Yes, and I love that. I really love that. I'm trying to figure out what your number 1 is because I can... Oh, I know what your number 1 is.
You know what
it is. So I'm going to have to watch that live performance.
Please do.
My 10 points go to my family.
Yay! Oh my God, I'm so happy about that and your 12. That makes me so happy. I'm going to get to yours. I don't care about mine. My 12 points go to Elia because it's a great live performance. But
my 12 points, happily, even though we probably know it's not going to win.
It's not going to win, but
There is my love.
Yes! I almost gave it 12 points too. I'm gonna be honest. Like I knew it had to be up there. I just think SOA and Saam have a better shot at actually making it, and I think they have a better like Eurovision performance. But I'm so happy about that because oh god, I love that song.
No, because the thing is, not with you saying like, oh, Hélène really performed this well too. I'm like, of course.
Yes.
I actually had to change it from 10 to 12 during this. My original talk was Ma Famille.
I love that. I love that for both of those songs though, because they're both very good.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this was a dynamic and interesting, right? As soon as I saw your honorable mention, I was like, oh no. But yes, go watch both of those live performances, please. I hope you're
and
oh
my two honorable mentions.
Literally my 12 and 7. Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
But yes, that is what we think about Les Chansons de la France. But what do y'all think? Let us know in the comments below. Let us know on Twitter at both of our handles at @thecup_reality for all of the things that we do here on a daily basis at this point, because we're almost done with the national selections. Praise the Lord above. I'm ready to be done with them because it's a lot. So with that, we are going to bid you all adieu.
Adieu. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Bonsoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir.